Hello, and welcome to the Creative Education Foundation's webinar series, Creativity Connections. Today, we're looking at the power of yes. The purpose of this webinar series is to use some creative solutions to empower us. These are new times that call for different ways of working. We want to help you use deliberate creativity to connect in new ways with your life. So for this webinar, could you please make sure that you've muted yourself? And if you have any comments, feel free to take advantage of the chat box. And periodically for questions, you can also input your information there. So we wanted to start today with a thought-provoking question for you to put into the chat box. What might be all the new things that you've started doing in the past few weeks? For example, Missy and I have both started new things. Mine has been taking Facebook Live video walks through my camp. I live at a Boy Scout camp, and so I've been walking through the backyard. Missy?
Mine has been relearning first grade as I go through it with my 6-year-old. And we're going to be working on pictographs later today, which is not something I've done in a long time. So a question as you think about the new things you might have started doing in the past few weeks. Today's topic, as we said, is the power of yes. So why say yes? Why is that important? Praise first is one of the 4 core tenets of creative problem solving, along with phrasing problems as questions, divergent thinking, and convergent thinking. Also, saying yes is more fun than saying no. It allows creative potential to be unlocked and harnessed. It allows you to try new things and have new experiences. Saying yes supports positive social emotional learning for kids and adults alike, and it increases fluency and flexibility skills. It allows continuation and expansion of thought and opens up conversation. It's supportive rather than shutting down new thinking, and it puts the focus on improvement. Also, let's be honest, it's a little bit lower risk to say yes and try something new right now, while regular routines are a bit more relaxed. For example, it might be ice cream for breakfast or Easter dinner in your pajamas, things like that. Not that both of those things happened at my house this week.
We're going to do a quick activity so you can practice saying yes. It's called Last Trip to Vegas. We're going to demo it, and then afterwards, we're going to put you in 2 pairs per breakout room. 1 pair plays while the other pair observes. Then you can switch. Pro tips, start your sentence with yes. That really helps. Also, this is not up for an Academy Award for dialogue, so just say whatever. It will be fine. Please go alphabetical by first name. So A and B, Andy and Bob are pair 1, and Andy would go first. C and D, Cassie and Diane are pair 2. Cassie would go first. Watchers, look for one piece of positive feedback you can give and say, I liked it when you. You will have 2 minutes per pair and then switch. So for instance, we'll start with Missy. Remember our last trip to Vegas when the plane landed 2 hours early?
Yes, and remember how I had 1 quarter in my pocket and stuck it in that slot machine and hit the jackpot?
Yes, and remember how all of the lights went off in the airport and then security came over and gave us special golf cart rides out to the strip?
Yes, and remember when we put it on the Wings Snapchat and all of a sudden all of the Sipsy Wings were there because there was a golf cart involved?
Yes, and remember how the golf cart then had to stop at every single Starbucks that Vegas has?
Yes, and remember I got super triple platinum status on my Starbucks card because I'd taken my jackpot in Starbucks points.
Yes, and now you get Starbucks free for life.
It's the best. That was such a good trip to Vegas.
So when we return, you can give a thumbs up in the chat if you were surprised how it went. We're setting you up into break rooms right now, ideally 4 people per break room. And you will know that you have to accept to join the break room.
And technology in 3, 2, 1. All right. How fun was that?
Loved it. Loved it.
All right. So that was a little fun way to say yes. We're going to talk to you about a tool that we use with creative problem solving. This is a how to say yes. This is called PPCO, very inventive and creative name. It's just the 4 initials of the steps. But it's a simple way to organize your evaluation of an idea, a process, an event, anything that you want to reflect on and look for improvements. For today, we are going to evaluate the idea of ice cream for breakfast, because why not? So we start from a position of praise first by listing all of the pluses, all of the things that are good about this idea right now. So take a second, type in the chat box, what is something good about the idea of ice cream for breakfast that you can think of right now? And once I see a response, I'll give you our examples, but race to the finish. Joy, joy, joy. High calcium, very filling, fun. Excellent. I was thinking that ice cream's delicious. And it's something my kids will definitely eat, so there's no arguing. And also, let's be honest, chocolate is full of antioxidants. It is basically health food.
Facts. Next, we list the potentials, the good things that might happen if we do this. Again, please add yours to the chat box.
Good things that could happen as a result.
It might, because of this, we might
have a happier day, have strong bones. Your kids will hug you and say, I love you.
We were thinking we might learn how to make waffles to go with our ice cream. Or we might invent a protein-rich, egg-based savory ice cream and sell it for $1 million.
And we don't want to ignore the concerns about our idea. But remember, we're looking to be positive. So we're going to phrase our challenges as how-to statements. This is often the hardest part of this exercise to get used to. I still forget after like 15 years of doing it. So for example, if the concern is that ice cream is unhealthy, you might ask how to make sure that there are healthier choices or how to make ice cream healthier. If we're concerned about having sugar for breakfast, we might ask how to balance sugar intake throughout the day or how to burn off sugar in the morning. And I can see you're already adding them in the chat, but feel free to add some more. How might we make it accepted by nutritionists? Or how might we keep from gaining weight? And
Now
how to not give in to cravings.
I give in. I just give in. Now that we have our concerns, we need to overcome these concerns. So we look at our concerns that we had listed, and because they're written as how-to statements, we can easily start to come up with ideas to solve for them. How to make sure there are healthier choices might mean offering fruit as a topping. Or saying dessert after dinner is something less sugary, that dessert after dinner will be something less sugary, like pretzels with peanut butter. How to burn off sugar in the morning might be solved by establishing a morning bike ride or taking that dog on a long walk after breakfast, but before settling in to do work or school work through the day. This PPCO, we've included a sheet and it'll be on the website for you to download if you want to with this week's webinar recording. And it'll look just like this.
I am seeing some really great overcoming challenges statements in the chat, including eat the ice cream while on the stationary bike, which might be something that happens in my house in the evening from now on.
That's the most brilliant thing I've ever heard.
So one watch out when giving praise is to be aware of yes and versus yes but. Yes and is expansive and it's accepting of the idea being offered while also adding to it. Yes but says thanks for that, but I know better or have a better use or a better idea. So a lot of times you can hear somebody say yes and, but what they're really saying is yes but. So try to be mindful of that.
This week, we'd also like to encourage you to find things to say yes to. So you can make a yes bucket, list individual things that you can always say yes to. When everyone is stressed out, go to the yes bucket for a break and do what you have listed. For example, dance breaks, family hug, create a team cheer, or create a yes scavenger hunt, either list or bingo style, and hunt around your house for things that you can for right now say yes to. The largest list of acceptable items or the first to get to bingo wins. Maybe ice cream.
For breakfast. And also we were thinking of saying yes by saying no. So these are times that have changed all the rules. And so it's okay to be flexible with things that you would normally do. And sometimes saying yes looks a lot like saying no to things that you would usually insist on doing. We've all seen bits and memes about, not wearing pants and saying no to pants. Other things that we and our family members have said no to this week include saying no to fighting a 6-year-old for his haircut, which was in turn saying yes to keeping the household peace. Saying no to wearing a dress to Easter dinner, which was in turn saying yes to being comfortable. Saying no to feeling guilty, which was in turn saying yes to self-care. Saying no to watching the news, which is saying yes to mental health. Saying no to shaving beards, which was saying yes to self-expression, or at least that's what my husband tells me it is. And again, these are just some of our examples. They're not necessarily recommendations. Feel free to look at what you're doing and evaluate if you really want to or need to be doing it.
Our key takeaways that we'd like to leave you with is praise first. Try and find the positive, what you like in everything that you're seeing. The tool PPCO, pluses, potentials, concerns phrased as questions, how to, and then overcoming those concerns. Find things that you can say yes to. It helps with your mental health right now. And if you would like, we'd love to see what you've said yes to. So share a picture of something you've said yes to on our Facebook page and hashtag it Creativity Connections.
And one more thing for you to say yes to, if you're not aware, we have got a virtual Creative Problem Solving Institute coming up in June. Our annual conference is going virtual with over 30 webinars, and I see several of my presenters right here on the screen. It's great. Spread over 3 weeks in the month of June. Your registration gets you access to every single one of those, as many as you want to attend live, as well as links to all the recordings after the event is over. So you actually get access to 100% of the sessions. And you can check out www.cipsyconference.com for more information and how to register. As always, we want to say thank you to the entire Creative Problem Solving and Creative Education Foundation communities. We love seeing you on these. We love your feedback. Please keep it coming. And remember, keep connecting creatively.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.